guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I cut my whole life chicken. I'm not a professional, so I'll be doing this in my kitchen and with my normal kitchen knife. To begin, I'm going to cut off the legs, like the thigh, the part we all know as the drumstick. I'm doing this because it's going to allow me to have more entrance to own the chicken. Like I'm going to have enough space to get into the chicken and cut it properly. So I'm going to just give it a nice cut, and the bones in this thigh is not really hard. So you just give it a nice cut and then push it aside. Yeah, that's it. Just a little cut and push it aside, then it's just goes halfway. So with this, I have complete access to the chicken, and the next thing I'm going to do is to give it a little cut in the abdomen, as the lower region. I'm going to give it a small cut and to have access to the intestine, the liver, the kidney. Just a little cut. You have to be careful here. Yes, just a little cut, a little bit care so you don't bust out the intestine. Just little by little, side by side, until the intestine, the inside, everything is open. So this particular area houses the intestine, the liver, the kidney, the gizzard. So little by little, and this way you give it a little push and everything is exposed. So because I'm having difficulties with the neck, I'm going to just cut it off so that I can have access. I can have full ownership because it's kind of a restriction. So I'm going to cut it off, or you can choose to cut any part that gives you a disturbance, or more like a disturbance to you. Just feel free on the chicken. So that being done, I'm just going to give it a little push up just to expose the intestine, the abdomen, everything open. You can see what it houses. You can feel free to do yours the way you want, but this is just what works for me, and the easiest way for me to do this. So once I'm done with this, I take off the inside, the intestine. I don't want them. I'm just going to take the gizzard out from here because I don't really want the other parts, but you can feel free to clean this up. And so I'm trying to take this out. The liver I'm going to take. Of course, the gizzard I'm going to clean up, and then the rest will be disposed. But you can feel free to do what you want to do with the rest of it, okay? So I had a little bit of something stuck in there. I'm just going to cut it off with the knife, just a little. You don't want the bitter parts to spread all over the chicken, so I'm just going to take everything out. So this is me trying to clean the intestine from the anus, from the rectum, sorry. So I'm just going to clean up that. So I'm just trying to take this out, and I did little cuts, give it a little cut, then that's it, is out. You have to be careful here. Like I said, some parts of this, you can see that part, it contains a bitter substance, so you don't want it all over your chicken. So trying to give it a cut from the pelvic, just a little cut, and it goes smoothly. Yes. So the next part I'm going to cut is the breasts, the chicken breasts. This part is also easy to cut. You just have to run your knife through the middle. There's a line there. So just run it all over and give it a slight cut. You don't need the heavy knife. You just have to tap it a little bit, hit it a little bit, then take it behind. Yeah, the line there too. Take one arm of it out. Yeah, it's already out. So do the same to the other part of the chicken. You guys remember this part that we cut off from? That's the part that contains the drumstick. So we're just going to cut directly from the bone. There's a bone that joins this part to that other part. So once you get the line, you just have to cut with your knife, and it just goes smoothly. You don't have to hit it hard. It's just a straight bone that you just cut. So we just cut that particular part, and we do the same for the other part. Detect the bone, It's not a joint bone. I think it's a kind of a socket bone. So we detect the bone and run your knife through it down. Just run it through it. It's usually straight. It doesn't need much task. So that's it. We have our drumstick. Meanwhile, as I'm cutting this, I saw that this part was bigger, so it's part of a large chunk, and I don't really want it large, so I have to cut it into two. But feel free to cut whatever sizes you want. And I'm just showing you how I cut my whole chicken and the actual sizes that I want for my soup or my stew. So ta-da, we have our drumstick here. So next thing we're going to be cutting is this other breast. Yeah, this part of the breast. Remember, we cut it into two, so we're going to be cutting one part. So this part of the chicken, I think it's the part that has the largest size of flesh in the chicken, in the whole chicken. So I'm just going to make sure that I cut a reasonable size from it. You can feel free, like I said, to cut the quantity or sizes that you want, but this is just what I want for now at this moment. So I'm just gonna cut off the wing, sorry. So I'm just gonna cut off the wing first so I can have access to the whole breast. And this looks so big to me, so I'm still going to cut it off into two, yes. The bones in this region, the bones in the joints are actually easy. Once you look at the joints, you just run your knife through it and it gives you a clean cut. So we'll do the same for the other part of the breast. We're going to cut off the wings first so we can have access to the whole breast. But you can feel free to cut it alongside. I mean, it's your choice. But this is my choice and I'm cutting it the way I feel is easy for me. So please just do what works for you. So now I'm going to be cutting the breast proper. I've cut so this is me trying to cut the wings into smaller sizes. The sizes are not bad after all. So feel free to cut whatever size you want, like I said earlier. The next thing we're going to be cutting is the flesh, the chicken breast. Guys, this part has the largest chunk of flesh, so I consider it more than the drumstick. So whenever you see me, just give me this part because this is my best part. It just has to be my best part, guys. Of course, you don't need stress cutting this area. It's just a large chunk of flesh, so you just run your knife through it. And I think we're done with the parts. Yeah, I think we're done cutting the chicken, the whole chicken, guys. So this is something you can do on your own. Oops, see, we have the what do I call this area again? The anus. So I felt it was way bigger and I cut it into two. So guys, that's just it. It's quite easy and simple way to cut a whole chicken. If you've watched this video up to this stage, I really want to say thank you so much for engaging in my video. So that's it, guys. Very easy way to cut your whole live chicken. And I'm sure the next time you'll be the one to cut your whole chicken by yourself. Let me know if you'll be trying this, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.